want to put you in my pocket!
You can't do that! I'm too big.
The release of Despicable Me 4 has received a lot of praise for its humor, heart, and family themes. It continues the story of Gru and the mischievous minions, appealing to both old and new fans. However, some people think the movie could have been better by bringing back beloved characters from previous films. Bringing back characters like Dru Gru, Vector, Antonio Perez, Kyle Gru, and Dr. Nefario could have added depth to the story and provided nostalgic and comedic moments for the audience. In today's video, we'll talk about how these characters could have changed or improved the story of Despicable Me 4.
Here we are!
Oh, how's it going? It's me, Gru.
Number 1. Dru Gru. In Despicable Me 4, Dru Gru's character could be further developed by exploring his relationship with his brother Gru. While Dru is portrayed as the more flamboyant and carefree sibling, this sequel could dive deeper into his insecurities and aspirations. Perhaps Dru embarks on a mission to prove himself as a capable hero or villain, drawing a parallel between his desire for validation and Gru's journey. Their sibling dynamics could add emotional depth, illustrating how family can inspire rivalry and support. Dru's actions could have provided some comedic relief and moved the story forward. Picture Dru trying to make a name for himself as a villain, only to end up in funny situations that lead to unexpected partnerships with other characters, like the minions or former enemies. His mistakes could cause chaos, especially when Gru and his family do everything they can to hide from Maxime, using secret lives that Dru's presence could interfere with. Imagine him bonding with Poppy, acting like a devil on her shoulder when Gru tries to convince her that stealing the school's badger is a bad idea. As the latest film strongly emphasizes Gru and his family, it would have made perfect sense for his brother to play a role, even if Dru also had to take on a new identity to keep Maxime away from his brother's family.
I'm going in. Take the wheel. Oh, I still don't see why I can't go with you. Hey, we discussed this.
Number 2. Vector. In Despicable Me 4, bringing back Vector could add an exciting twist to the storyline, as he could reappear as a rival to Gru once again. Following his initial defeat, Vector might have spent time reimagining himself, possibly using technology to enhance his capabilities and plans. His comeback could be accompanied by a new scheme to outwit Gru, leading to clever showdowns showcasing his intellect and resourcefulness. Vector's trademark humor and charm would create an enjoyable contrast to Gru's more serious nature, resulting in entertaining exchanges and rivalry. Vector would then become a secondary antagonist in the film, raising the stakes with duels and conflicts for Gru alongside his latest threat, Maxime. Interestingly, this film decides to keep Margot, Edith, and Agnes out of danger, as Maxime doesn't seem to know about them, unlike previous villains in the franchise. Vector could have remedied this, using the sisters as leverage to target Gru and exploit his weaknesses, as he does during Despicable Me. It would be interesting to delve deeper into Vector's motivations, uncovering a more intricate character than before. Maybe he's struggling with feelings of inferiority following his previous defeat, driving him to devise more elaborate plans to regain his position as a prominent villain. His need for approval could strike a chord with the audience, resulting in moments of unexpected empathy that bring depth to his character. Vector's changing dynamic with Gru could shift from being adversaries to developing a begrudging respect, presenting opportunities for new character dynamics.
Actually, I think I'll hold out to them a little while longer.
No!
Oh yeah!
Number 3. Antonio Perez. Reintroducing Antonio Perez could introduce an exciting storyline, mainly focusing on his developing relationship with Margot. Their budding romance could be delved into more deeply, leading to amusing miscommunications as they navigate young love in a world full of quirky villains and lighthearted escapades. Antonio's role could inject youthful energy into the plot, allowing Margot, Gru's oldest daughter, to have a more significant role in the story. Antonio's character could link the films, allowing an overarching storyline to continue in the background. As Margot's love interest, he could be shown as unwittingly getting caught up in Gru's schemes, primarily because his character was left in an uncertain place. At the end of Despicable Me 2, Antonio's father is arrested, leaving his son without other known family members to care for him. It's possible that Antonio entered an orphanage, similar to Margot's origins, or that the AVL placed him with new caregivers to have a life free of his villainous father's influence. Antonio could meet Margot again in this scenario, recognizing her despite her fake identity. While Antonio had wronged Margot in the past, it's possible he's grown since then and will want to reconcile with her. If the Despicable Me franchise wanted to explore complex themes, then Antonio's interactions with Margot could highlight themes of forgiveness, second chances, and the complexities of relationships. This additional depth to Antonio's character would enrich the storyline and showcase the evolution of characters beyond their initial portrayals.
I'm Antonio.
I'm Margot.
I was just going to get a cookie.
Number 4. Kyle. Kyle, Gru's beloved pet dog, could have taken center stage in Despicable Me 4 as an unlikely hero. Given his unique relationship with Gru and the family, Kyle's presence could offer a humorous and heartwarming perspective on the story's events. Imagine Kyle getting involved in the plot, perhaps by inadvertently aiding Gru in maintaining his cover or handling his newfound adversaries, like Maxime and Poppy. He could have even received an adversary of his own as Poppy brings the badger from her heist home, providing another animal for Kyle to contend with. Many people regard pets as part of the family. However, when Gru and everyone must pack up and leave their old lives behind, they don't include the family pets. At the beginning of the film, there's an emphasis on Agnes's relationship with her goat Lucky, who gets taken away by the AVL to be cared for while the family is away. She continues worrying about her beloved pet throughout the film, which signifies how each of Gru and Lucy's children struggle to adjust to moving away from their previously happy lives. The same treatment could have been awarded to Kyle, regardless of whether the AVL relocated him or if he joined the Minions. Staying in their care would have benefited Kyle. Regardless, he's still a part of the Gru family and was oddly left out from the 4th film.
Kyle! No, sit.
Number 5. Dr. Nefario. The return of Dr. Nefario in Despicable Me 4 could bring a delightful combination of nostalgia and humor to the movie. As Gru's trusted inventor, Nefario's unconventional creations and peculiar personality might significantly impact the storyline. For instance, he could introduce a series of new gadgets that inadvertently lead to chaotic and humorous situations. The film could also explore Nefario's character development since the previous films, showcasing his transformation from a criminal scientist to a supportive ally in Gru's adventures. Dr. Nefario could have also played a role in the family's relocation, joining Gru and his family as they move to a new home and must take on new lives. Having another adult in the house to care for their 4 children during the transition could have benefited Lucy and Gru. Additionally, Nefario would have fit in with the story, especially if he pretended to be the grandparent of the 4 children, allowing his relationship with each of them to grow. This dynamic would offer more than just lighthearted humor and highlight themes of growth, teamwork, and the importance of found family. These interactions could also allow audiences to see Nefario's character evolve into a more significant role, changing from Gru's former assistant to someone Margot, Edith, and Agnes could genuinely depend on. Nefario appears at the film's end once Gru and his family return home and reunite with the Minions. He helps restore Gru Jr. However, his fate may have been influenced by his earlier absence in Despicable Me 3, where he had an inactive role in the story due to freezing himself in carbonite. He may have recently freed himself, perhaps with the help of the Mega Minions, which is why he only appears in the final scene of Despicable Me 4.
No job too small or too mad. Bye then.
Despicable Me 4 has continued the franchise's legacy with an engaging storyline and humor. However, the absence of beloved characters leaves a gap that could have added depth and charm to the film. Reintroducing these familiar faces could have enhanced the movie's experience by tapping into past relationships and comedic dynamics. This addition could have elevated the film, adding nostalgic elements while reinforcing the series' central themes of family and friendship. Adding these characters in future installments remains an exciting prospect for the franchise.
That was disturbing.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
You girls go and explore the mall. Here is some money. Go buy some useless mall junk.